What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one. People, in today's video, we want to discuss a sensitive topic, right? Now, everyone debates whether or not we should trust the palm colored people. Now, here's the thing a man named Rob Herzog is making headlines for all the wrong reasons, and people are blaming one man for that. Penuel the Black Pen. Guys, this is a great topic. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holler. People, it's said that we or that some people, right? We all want to believe that we are we are one. We are South African. We are I don't know, living in glorious in harmony, whatever the case may be, right? But here's the truth. There are people that don't believe that either, bruh. You know, it's like they want to take us back 40 years, 40, 50 years, right? Some people even wish for the old system to come back. Now, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I'm totally with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. You know what I mean? Each to his own, like I say. But if we have to build a one South Africa that's meant to benefit all of us, we cannot be pulling in different directions. So, there's this video of Rob Herzog, who I have to say, to be very honest, was introduced to the black people and to the colored people through Painwell the Black Pen, who makes dope content, I must say. Yo, if you watch Painwell the Black Pen's content, he just makes dope shit. He talks sense, he's a community builder, all those things, you know what I mean? And he meant well. He really does mean well because he's trying his content he tries his best to bridge the gap between black and white. Do you understand what I mean? He obviously had good intentions. He obviously thought he was bringing a friend into the fold, you know, and unfortunately that friend didn't see things that way too. It seemed like that friend only used him to access platforms, so to say, right? Okay, so what is the issue at hand now? The issue is this video circulating where Rob Herzog says that black people cannot compete with white people academically. Now, should we take offense to that? Of course we should. Why? Because he just simply says black people cannot compete with white people academically. That's all he said. He doesn't give context and a reason as to why black people cannot compete academically with white people. As far as I know, 1%, I think 1% of white people are classified as poor, whereas almost 56%, some reports are even saying close to 60% of black people are classified as poor. Okay, so does, 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 does circumstance, lifestyle, does economics, does finances, does um, access to opportunities play a big role in whether or not children, or let's just say black people, can excel at academics. People, to be very honest with you, right? Most white kids wake up and their only concern when they wake up is school, not how to get to school, not what they're going to eat for the day, not where they're going to sleep tonight, not how far they've got to walk, how far they've got to travel, how distance, all those things they don't care about because they have cars, they are driven to school, they have lunch, they have money, they don't even know what it is to run out of data, they don't even know what it is to sleep hungry, they don't even know what it is to there's just a whole lot of things that most white kids are privy to that most black kids are not. So when someone just blurts out that, oh, white people are more academically inclined than black people, and they leave out a whole bunch of reasons why, guys, then we have an issue. But I mean, I feel like we should actually address the imbalances of school kids first, because in that, what I've just said now, given all those reasons as to why black people do not excel academically, is something the government should really look at and take seriously. Because at the end of the day, you get a rural child who's walking, I don't know, 5Ks, 10Ks just to get to school. Sometimes they're even crossing rivers. Sometimes they're even facing dangers. Sometimes they're even walking at night when there's no transport and they have to risk it just to get an education. Top it all off. When they get to the education, to the school, it's not even anything that you can write home about. It's like they barely even are protected from the elements. They barely even have desks, barely even have chairs to sit on. It's barely a comfortable environment for them to study in. It's barely, uh, they barely even have the tools of which to study with. And some of the educators that are in those rural schools are not fully equipped to give them that quality education as well. They're only learning what they were taught, and which was themselves also was like Bantu education in most cases. So how can you compare white kids to black kids? It just for me, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, when we have privileged white people talking to under underprivileged, disadvantaged, um, to opportunity deprived people, and then you talk down to them, and then you still talk as if they they choose not to compete academically. I think that is fundamentally wrong. I really think that is fundamentally wrong. That needs to be addressed. So if people like Rob Herzog can think like that, and he himself admitted that he is a privileged white male who came from given all the opportunities that wealth could possibly offer, that the governments of the day, the businesses of the day could actually offer him. He was a recipient of all that. So he cannot compare himself to most black people because most black people did not grow up privileged. Most black people did not grow up with having access to opportunities, access to finances, access to any major things that he was um, able to have access to. So for this one, a lot of a lot of guys, a lot of people online, especially in the black community, they are blaming Penuel the Black Pen for introducing this horrible human being to the black audience, to the black community. We didn't know of him and we didn't care to know of him. Our lives were so much better not knowing of this privileged person who now decides to look down on us. I mean, should we hold Penn responsible for introducing this man to us, who's now looking down and cursing down on us? This same man turned on Penwell. I mean, not say he turned on. I would say he turned on Penwell because what this guy actually said is he actually said that Penwell was a black racist, and Penwell took offense to that. But then again, like they say, you have to choose your friends wisely. And to be honest, in all the interviews I've seen that he had with Penn, he never gave any signs that he was racist, that he was he came off as if he's a person that actually wants to build South Africa with everyone who's in it. That's the vibes we got during the interviews that he had with Penn. So for him to suddenly change tech, for me, is it's just a shocker. If I'm shocked, I can imagine how Penn is feeling because Penn was actually in his personal space. I mean, they were actually friends, you know what I mean? So for me, I just feel like that was a gut blow. That was a big blow, guys. That was a big blow. That was a big blow. I can't just imagine that. So, should we hold Penn responsible? Of course we should. But at the same time, no, because he could not have predicted that his friend was going to flip flop and turn on him, right? That's the unfortunate thing about it. So, message to Penn, my friend, as much as you want to be inclusive, as much as you want to bring other people into the fold, as much as you want us to have a united one country, united South Africa, as much as you admire the people from the other side and the way they develop and the way they think and all those qualities that you wish that we could have had, that they have, as much as you admire all that, right? Culturally, it's beautiful, it's nice. I wish we were like that as well. I mean, I hope we can get to that point. But I think this should be a learning lesson for you that you should actually just stick to the rivers that you know and don't go chasing waterfalls because the waterfalls do not want us anywhere near them. And that's just the true fact, man. You know, sad, no? It's sad when reality hits you in the face after you so believe that you were doing the right thing for your people and for yourself as well. You know what I mean? Because you really thought that you had a billionaire friend, someone who actually believed in you, believed in your ideas, only for him to turn around and then call you a black racist. Yeah, man, that is painful. That is hurtful, man. That is really hurtful. Man, forgive me for looking away. You know, it's like, yo, dude, I'm just seeing things around here. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's it. So, yeah, let's get into the pros, right? The pros. Dude, I don't know if it's a pro. I don't know if there's any pros, man. But, yeah, the pros of this. Alan. People, I don't know Rob Hersoff from a bar of soap or a can of beans. I do not know him personally. Penuel the Black Pen does, or at least he thought he knew. Okay, so why am I going on about this man? People, I saw a video of Rob Hersoff at the promenade in Sea Point during the Palestinian protests, right? In support of the protests in support of Palestine against Israel, the genocide against Israel. And he was in support of Israel committing these genocide acts against the Palestinians because he was there saying, if these people, we stand with Israel and that and that. Now, add that to his comment about white people being academically superior to black people. Now you begin to formulate the type of person he is, right? Okay, I'm not saying that everyone who supports Palestine is a good person. I'm not saying that everyone who thinks that black people are more superior academically to white people are good people either. I'm not saying that. All I'm simply saying is when it comes to being on the wrong side of almost every argument and you are totally on the wrong side all the time, what does that say about you? What does that tell us about you? What does that impression give to other people who may not be as inclined or as educated or as privileged as you are? You understand what I mean? You may mean well in your delivery of your thoughts, but the way it comes across is not received that way. Because, like we always say, what you say and what you mean are two different things. And he may have meant well by trying to say that black people are not academically inclined like white people are, without giving context, without saying, do you know what I mean? That comes up as racist, to be honest. Now, everything, let's be fair, anything that white people do that is deemed wrong is always deemed as racist. Anything that black people do wrong is deemed as stupidity, is deemed as backward, is deemed as. So we'll always have this yin and yang between black people and white people. I totally understand that, totally get it. So, like I'm saying, okay, I don't know this guy from a bar of soap. I don't know him from a can of beans, from a can of worms. I don't know this guy from anywhere, right? Penal does know him. Okay. Based on the few clips, based on the few things that I have seen of him, right? Those two clips, it just seems to be in line with what the minorities think. Understand what I'm saying? Which to me then seems to be like he's giving off the idea of what the majority of these kind of people think. You get it? So, into the pros. The pros of having people like Rob Ursop or Rob Ursop in the black fold is one. Penn said he introduced Penwell to people that you would never otherwise would have known. Okay? Whether Penwell is benefiting from those people that Rob introduced him to, that needs to be seen. Penwell needs to articulate that to his audience. Number two, funding, money, access. I don't know if he's helping in for other black people. I know that he's the owner of Africa, what? Pedal Africa. I know he's the chairman of that. And what else does he own? There's a whole lot of other companies that own, but I know he's the chairman of Pedal Africa, which is almost like a tennis court type of social meetup. You know what I mean? I don't know if you people know what most people know what I'm talking about, but they're all over Cape Town. I don't know if they're in every other province, but I know they're in Cape Town. So Pedal Africa, that's a cool setup, nice cool joint. People, the pros of having robbers of in black societies, man. I don't know. I don't funding maybe if he's funding any black projects. Obviously, introducing black people to spaces and people and you know, that we otherwise wouldn't have known. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not saying isn't a good person. I'm not saying I don't know of any project that he's doing in the townships to uplift the townships. I don't know. I'm not saying he hasn't done anything. I do know that he was involved in giving free internet or free Wi-Fi, or he has a hand in it, or he has a friend that's giving free Wi-Fi all over Cape Town for a certain amount of ads that you need to watch, and then you get free Wi-Fi of I don't know if it's 500 megs or something like that, which is a good thing for people who do not have data and data and all that kind of thing. Which is a good thing, right? So the pros, those are the pros I'm talking about. It introduces you to rooms and people that you do not otherwise could never have had access to. Funding, I don't know if he's done funding for any people. I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure as a billionaire, funding to maybe his own type of people or whoever gets access to that. He came with this brilliant ideas of trying to unite everybody, but trying to get rid of the communists, as he puts it. All those are brilliant and good ideas. Those are the pros of having Rob Ursop as a member of our tribe. Whether or not, I mean, I remember Meg G himself said, "Yeah, we went to visit him at his house, but we couldn't stay long. Then he told us to leave." It was as if Meg G was planning to stay a little longer, but he was like in a hurry because he needed to go somewhere. But he told him, "Hey guys, you gotta leave now. I gotta go somewhere." So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but anyway, you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know why you I don't know either why you would invite people to your house or whether these people arrived unannounced and then you tell them to leave after 30 minutes or so. Yeah, well, that's just what Maxi said on his podcast about this guy. So yeah, I don't know much about him, but those are the pros of having a billionaire like Rob Hersov in your circle. That's all I have to say on that. Let's get into the negatives. You know how we do. Holler. Okay, people. The cons of having someone like Rob Hersoff in your circle, right? Number one, his comments just reinforce the age-old thoughts that we as black people will be having about palm-colored people. I mean, at the back of our minds, we always just know, we just think that they are always the same, that they're not going to change. They always just think less of us. They always just think they're superior than the rest of us. And he reinforces that stereotype, right? The second thing is uh, he betraying someone like Peñol on a public platform, someone of his stature. From, I mean, it's guys, it's hard to articulate what I'm trying to say because this is a billionaire, guys. Peñol is just a struggling YouTuber, so to speak, because he's just barely surviving off this YouTube stuff, right? So to get someone of a billionaire status to talk badly about a struggling YouTuber just says a lot about the character and the personality of this billionaire guy. So uh, the negatives, guys, I don't want to. There's not much I can say because I can just go for the public knowledge or the information that's out in the public domain. That's the only things I can go off of. You know what I mean? So for me, rob yourself a person who has influence, a person who has money, a person who has clout, can involve himself with negativity. For me, just it's just a bad look, and he just gives off this bad vibe, reinforcing our thoughts, no matter how wrong we are. But he just reinforces those thoughts that palm-colored people think less or nothing about black people. That's all I have to say on that topic. You know what I mean? Hopefully, Pain the Black Pain has learned from this friendship. Hopefully, he will bounce back and choose his billionaire friends wisely in the future. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's all I have to say on it, man. Let me know what you think about this topic. Was I on the money or did I totally miss it with this one? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holla.